Hello, and welcome back to I think this is episode 4 on the road to 2000 Elo on lead chess. And today we got a game finally. And I play e4, and this is basically just me like explain my thought process as I try to improve and get to 2000 on lead chess. Um my top Elo on chess.com rapid was 1800, so I'm looking to get to 2000, which I think would be like close to the equivalent. So yeah, it won't be easy. It's going to take a lot of work and improvements. So looking forward to that. And I play the Vienna, so it's e4, e5, and then knight to c3, which is the Vienna. This is a very typical response, and that's a pretty good move, I think. Um, and after this, there's two lines, either this or here. I like to play this, and that's the main line because that just opens up the bishop scope. And yeah, it just makes a lot of sense to me. Common reply is either this or this. And in most lines, I'll go for d3. D3. Well, basically, d3 does is opens up the dark squared bishop for any line of attack. Okay, he goes here, and I'm actually fine doubling my pawns because this is a good pawn, and that it stops this knight to infiltrating on d4. So I'm fine with that. Um, I'm not too good with theory right here, but I think a general rule of thumb is if you have a pawn break, that looks good. I think you should probably go for it. Here looks pretty tempting. Either this is the main line or this. So here I can't play this move, which would then cause problems for him because it's pinned. So I think I want to go for the f4 break, and I don't see any problems right now. And typically the point of the Vienna is to get an open file for the rook on the f file and just kind of start attacking on the king side. And if he castles on the queen side, usually you just like throwing your pawns up the board pretty much and try to attack. Here, what does he have? I would think probably his best move is this or castling. Okay. I think this move has to be considered. Um, I think this is the most accurate move, but in most cases I don't like playing this. Just because I want the open file, so I would think here he pins, which I would expect. Here castles, and I think I'm doing fine. I mean, the queen's pinned, but then I could just move it whenever I want. So let's go for this. It's development. I'm expecting a pin or a castle right now. Okay, I think this looks pretty good for me. I have to consider some other lines in a bit. Okay, he castles, which I think is fine. Here, here. So here, if he goes for this, then I have this move. Here. Huh. I think I want to go for this, just to close down the bishop. If he goes here, then I'm probably just going to actually just go back, because I don't want to open up that file for him, which would only benefit him, not me. I'm just going to pre-move this just in case. I don't think that's a great move, but... Okay, so like, we're like, I don't know, like 10 moves into the, or 7 moves into the game. He's been playing pretty well for 1378. Yeah, I was playing like 1600s on chess.com that don't play like an opening as good as this, so... maybe the competition on Elite Chess is a bit better. I'm not sure. So definitely casting in the future and probably pinning if he doesn't play this move. So here I'm immediately going back, dropping back and going here. I'm fine with this structure pawns. If he goes here, it's good to know that I should not take on here. Just because then I get pinned and then I'm screwed after that. So right now I think casting looks good. Or maybe going for this pin already looks pretty tempting. Yeah, let's get our final piece into the game. Just applying as much pressure as I can. Castling should be noted for importance in probably the next move or so. He goes there. Should I go here? Yeah, probably. And if he goes here, then perhaps an en passant. Okay, so let's see. For his point of view, I think he's in a bit of a problem. I think I definitely have a better position than him. Okay, he attacks the center, which I wasn't considering at all. I want to take a look at this line takes. Wait, this doesn't make sense because he can't take back. So I think I just have a free pawn. Because he can't take back with this piece because it's pinned to this, and then he obviously can't take with the queen because then he's just getting captured. So maybe I actually take with this, keeping the pawn structure tidy. And then I have the opposite. Shoot, I didn't consider this. Okay. I'm kind of tempted to take this because I don't think I'm getting to the game if I don't. This pin is no longer, so I usually like to take the piece when it's no longer pinned. And he definitely has some weaknesses that I should be looking to exploit. Let's castle first. Like this pawn's a bit of a weakness for sure. This would be a bad move because then I take and then my rook's in the line of the queen, which is not a good thing for the opponent. I'd actually be looking to pressure this piece now. Or maybe I go for like something like this to attack this pawn, forking the rooks. Checks. I think that's actually good for me. I usually want my queen out of this line anyways. Okay, that's an interesting move. So obviously my first instinct is looking at taking. Takes here. Takes would open up the scope for the rook. I think I like that. Here, looking at this, but then he just goes back here. And then this definitely misplaced. Here, here. Here. He doesn't have any, he really doesn't have any threats. Here. Go here. Pressures. Okay, I think I want to go for this. If he takes with the bishop, that would be not too terrible for me. Oh, he does take the bishop, which is pretty surprising. But not don't have this. I had this move, right? Attacking this. Here. Then I march off my pawns. I think I like that idea a decent amount. Okay, here, here, here. Then he can't get back, and then he's getting forked. So let's go for this. Did I walk into this? Like, oh no, I didn't. I could just take. Shoot, bro. I kind of lost it a bit. But, oh gosh, I think I made a mistake. Here, here. Maybe I didn't. I think this is kind of fine. Wow. Okay. Let's take. The trades are going to benefit me for sure. I'm up a pawn, which isn't a lot to be honest, but a pawn's a pawn. And then I actually got some ideas of threats with this move. Attacking this. Okay. And now do I have this? Because here, here, he can't take with the queen because then I go here and it's pinned. Here, backwards. Okay. I think this looks the most natural for me to attack. Backwards. Do I have this then? Takes. No, I don't like that. I'd probably go for this initially, right? I would think. Here. Yeah. So let's see how he manages pressure at the 1400 level. A rook lift would be pretty common in this situation. Maybe here, here. Just try to create some threats. I think I do have threats. I gotta be a bit careful about the weakness in the king side. But yeah, I got good pieces lining up. This would just obviously be a blunder. Takes here and then takes. Okay, oh yeah, I didn't even see him move. How long ago did he move? Okay. So here. I mean, that looks like an awkward position for the rook, but I think that's probably his best move, to be honest. Here. Do we play like a slow move like this? I think that looks fine, to be honest. It's gotta be a bit methodical here. I could have considered this immediately because he can't take the queen. But I think this is a fine move, and then I mean he doesn't really have any too many good moves right now. Like he can't develop his bishop here or here. Or I guess he can go here and then but that's not a good spot for the bishop. I can consider this, okay. Wow. I think I want to put pressure here. Let's go for rook lift. I don't really want to calculate right now. Should I calculate this here? I don't want to calculate. Let's go for this first. Wait, no. I should calculate. Because this is hanging. Yeah, that's hanging. Can't take back because I take here and then this doesn't do anything. Then he's just getting screwed. Let's go for that. It's an important pawn that I just lost. Okay. I mean, he's actually pretty good for 1400. Like 20 or like we're 19 moves in. He's only down 2 pawns. And I'm like I was 1800 on chess.com, so that's like pretty good. Okay, so he goes here. Do I tempo or do I go for checks? Let me think. I'm probably go for a check immediately. Here. Here's only spots here. Shoot. Interesting. This is a forced trade of the queens. Do I want to force trade the queens though? Up 2 pawns. And he's got a lot of weaknesses, to be honest. Do I want to trade the queens? Here. I don't think I traded the queens. I'm going to trust my intuition. I don't think I traded the queens is good in this. I think my queen's much more powerful. And here. Yeah, I think I'm going to trust my intuition. I think this is the best move. Here. If he doesn't react, then he's kind of getting screwed, to be honest. So I'd take here and then what? You're just going to get mated soon. Let's go here. I understand like I could simplify the game two pawns up. I probably would have won the game no matter what. But I think this looks like pretty menacing. He can't take the queen here. I go here and then I take here, which looks really bad for him, to be honest. So I'm threatening this and the queen. If he goes here, that doesn't do anything, because then he's just getting mated straight up. So yeah, I think that's a great move, to be honest. And if he doesn't do anything, then he's going to get mated with this. So here, and that's a deadly pawn mate. That would be a crazy pawn mate over on g7. But yeah, I'm pretty happy I found this move. I'm going to look over everything analysis after, but I think this is pretty good. So let me kind of think. He goes here. Then you see, oh yeah, same thing applies. He's getting mated. Wow. No, I think this is a great move. I'm hoping this is the best move in the engine later. But I think that's a great move. Yeah, this should be game over. I mean, this is simply just like, this is too strong of an attack. I mean, he could think, but like, this is... And you know, it's completely fair, and he's been doing really well. I want to say he's higher than this rating. Because I'm sure he didn't blunder anything. And usually people have the 1500, I think he's lower than 1500 too. I think this is made again. So here, check, forced here, only squares here, and that's mate. This is cut off, you can't take because it's protected by the queen, and this is protected by the queen, so this is just mate. Pawn mate on g7. Completely clamps. Completely clamps. That's a beautiful checkmate. That's just completely clamps. He is squeezed. I squeezed the life out of him pretty much. Okay, let's look at the analysis. So let's look at the computer evaluation. That's not my main concern. The computer I don't really care about too much, but I just want to see, I like to see my accuracies and stuff like that. Okay, I played with 86, and he played with 76. So I did have a blender, so let's take a look at that. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but let's just take a look. I made a blunder in the Vienna? That's... Okay. This is a Vienna setup. So there's nothing to analyze right here. Wow, that's so negative 1.1 evaluation. Why? Then he strikes in the center. What the fuck? This isn't clear or obvious to me. What the fuck? Let me take a look at this again. So I know for next time not to do this. I thought this was fine. Lamps center, I'd probably taken. He would have gone here. I would not have taken here. I think maybe I would take here. Wait, let me think. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, that's game over. Okay. So the threat is... So I would be down a pawn, but like, this is a pretty weak pawn, to be honest. And I don't think he's saving it, to be honest. Queen side, I think this is a fine position. Yeah, I don't think this is too big of a threat. It says, you know, I get easy development. I'm going to probably win this pawn back. Oh, but then he does, okay. So yeah, that's, okay. I understand why that's not a good move. I'll keep it in my mental notes. Here, I play good. Castling, why is not? I mean, it's not clear or obvious again. But yeah, that's kind of a nasty pin. It's still, like, same concepts. And he wants me to like, go down a pawn. Okay, this is a bit confusing for me, the engines. I'm kind of confused. Okay. Good, okay. Wants me to castle? What do you mean castle? Takes. The Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not finding this. This is a bit too advanced for me. It's a bit too advanced for me. I'm honestly not at this level. This is like these are hard concepts to understand. I'm not understanding any of this. Good. So I was right here. Castle. Good. Good. That's not the best move, but still I'm fine. Uh, that's fine. Okay, I see. I understand all the concepts here, to be honest. So yeah, this is definitely findable. I should have thought. I see my knight's under attack, and I don't think about like danger levels. So that's something to pick up on. Eventually, I do find this move, which is the best in this situation. It's a bad move. I knew I had something like this. Okay. I would think same concepts apply, so this is a pretty good game to analyze. Here, and now I play this move. No, I don't. But now I play this move, and I'm happy I found that. Um, yeah, he's getting smothered. Yeah, that's a good checkmate. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I just need to do more puzzles. I try to do 10 minutes of puzzles a day when I'm in school, so I think if you do 10 minutes of puzzles a day, I think that's going to be beneficial for you. I would highly recommend getting a book if you want to improve. I think that's better to visualize. But yeah, you can improve a lot of ways. Like 10 minutes a day, that's fine. You can still improve. So yeah, that's it.